You know, ginseng has been a cornerstone of traditional medicine for, well, thousands of years. But its benefits have always been a bit of a mystery, right? Why does it work like magic for some people, but not so much for others? Well, today we're going to dive into how modern science is finally cracking that code to unlock ginseng's full, consistent power for just about everyone. Let's get into it.
So this is the big question. You and your friend could take the exact same premium ginseng, but walk away with totally different results. Turns out it's not really about the ginseng itself, but what happens inside our bodies after we take it. So what's the secret? We are about to solve this puzzle. Okay, so the secret to ginseng's power, it lies in these molecules called ginsenosides. But here's the paradox. Our bodies can't really use them in their natural state. There's a huge catch, a critical conversion that has to happen deep inside our gut. And for a lot of us, that conversion process is a major bottleneck. So these are the ginsenosides. Think of them as the raw, unrefined power of ginseng. But you see, they're loaded up with these bulky sugar molecules. Those sugars make the whole thing too big and clunky to easily pass through the walls of our intestines and get into our bloodstream where they can actually do some good. And this is where compound K comes into the picture. It's the hero of our story. It's what those ginsenosides become after the body manages to strip away all those sugar groups. This is the unlocked form, the final active ingredient our body can absorb and put to work. The thing is, it has to be created inside our gut. And that's the heart of the problem. And here you can really see it. It's like a molecular before and after shot. On the right, that's the raw ginsenoside, just loaded with those sugar groups. But on the left, that's compound K. It's the same core, but it's been streamlined, stripped down, and made ready for absorption. It's a huge difference. So how is this supposed to happen? Well, it all depends on our gut microbiome. We need very specific bacteria to act like these tiny molecular scissors, snipping off those sugar groups one by one. The crazy part is, your personal gut health literally dictates whether you get the benefits of ginseng. If you don't have the right team of bacteria, the process is super inefficient, which totally explains that mystery we started with.
This one simple question sparked a total game changer of an idea, and it led to a really fascinating clinical trial designed to just bypass the body's limitations altogether. So, researchers designed a study to put traditional ginseng directly up against a new formulation that delivers that pre-converted compound K. You can think of it like a scientific showdown. The study, which was published in Clinical Pharmacology and Drug Development, was really well designed. They wanted to compare the pharmacokinetics, that's just a fancy way of saying how the stuff gets absorbed and used by the body. And they used randomized crossover trial, which is the gold standard. It means every single person tried both treatments, which makes the results incredibly reliable. And this lays out the two competitors perfectly. In one corner, you've got your standard red ginseng extract. It has to rely on that unpredictable gut bacteria conversion. In the other corner, you have CK30, a new formulation that uses fermentation outside the body to do all that work ahead of time, delivering compound K ready for immediate absorption. So what happened when they went head-to-head? Well, let's just say the results weren't just a little bit better, they were overwhelmingly, staggeringly different. The numbers here, they really are the hero of the story. Okay, first, let's look at the peak concentration of compound K that actually made it into the blood. The CK30 formulation resulted in a peak that was 118 times higher than what people got from the standard red ginseng. I mean, that's not 18%, that is 118 times. It's a massive difference in bioavailability. And it's not just about that one peak moment. When they measured the total exposure to compound K over time, basically how much got in and stayed in, the difference was even more dramatic. They saw a 135-fold increase with CK30. Just incredible. And it's not just the amount, it's the speed. Look at this. With CK30, compound K levels in the blood peaked in just 3 hours. With the regular stuff, the body had to struggle for a full 10 hours to slowly produce what little it could. That's a night and day difference in efficiency. And here is the official data table straight from the study. Cmax, that's the peak concentration, 1.7 for red ginseng versus 236.5 for CK30. AUC last, total exposure, 11.9 versus over 1,300. The data is just crystal clear. Skipping that gut conversion step results in profoundly superior absorption. Okay, so we can get way more compound K into our system. But
So what? Why should we care? What does this molecule actually do once it gets there? This is where we connect these incredible clinical results to what scientists are discovering about what compound K can actually do for our health.
One of the biggest areas of research for compound K is inflammation. A big review in the journal Life Sciences from 2023 summarized its effects across all these different models of inflammatory disease. And the list is pretty extensive, which suggests compound K plays a really fundamental role in how our body regulates its inflammatory response. And this quote from that review really just nails it. The authors conclude that compound K doesn't just suppress inflammation, it has the potential to actively help resolve it and restore balance, or homeostasis, to the entire system. It's acting like an immunomodulator, helping our immune system work smarter, not just harder. But the potential benefits don't stop there. Other research, this from the journal Biomolecules, highlights compound K's neuroprotective effects. It was shown to help protect against memory impairment in preclinical models by reducing cellular stress and protecting our mitochondria, which are literally the tiny power plants inside every single one of our cells, from getting damaged. So, this all brings us to a really fascinating final thought. We've seen how modern science can take an ancient remedy like ginseng and solve its biggest problem, its delivery problem, potentially unlocking a whole new level of effectiveness. So the question becomes, how many other powerful compounds from nature are out there, just waiting for